A DFS show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the 8-game Tuesday main slate as we wind down the end of the NBA season. Grande got a lot of updates throughout the day of players for the Monday slate, obviously being ruled out the 2 games, but now a whole bunch of players questionable as well for the Tuesday slate. We've kind of thought this may happen with teams that have things kind of wrapped up and clinched, not necessarily going to go out there and risk their players. We have teams that are competing for playoff spots and positioning still. So, the ups and downs of the end of the NBA season is something that we're going to have to continue to deal with here. But again, 8 games on the Tuesday. Thoughts? Kind of ready to get into it here?
This is going to be a nightmare. That's my thoughts. I have literally no other thoughts other than this is going to be a nightmare.
We had an 18.5 point spread on one of these games. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, there was a 20. We got it up to 20 over the weekend. So.
Yeah. So we have Pacers and Wizards at an 18.5 spread. Grizzlies, Hornets are at a 13.5. Bulls, Cleveland are at an 11.5 here. Thunder, Lakers is 13.5, which is kind of interesting because those 2 teams there. We don't have the 10 p.m. game on this one right now, so don't have to worry about Clippers, Spurs. That one's 12.5. So, as always, as we say, beginning of every show basically since October, injury news is going to be a huge part. I understand, obviously, we don't have the live show anymore, so you're going to have to be in that Discord to get all the latest updates to the playbook and the injury updates that you guys are looking for. Stay tuned to the updates. Get your notifications turned on. Be sure you have X. Get in the Discord, like I said, and make sure you get yourself prepared at least for some of these players not to play. Looking at the point guard position, again, a couple guys up over $10,000. Luka, SGA, Trey. You have Giddey at 99, Halliburton 91, and then our Brunson at $9,000 here. Thoughts at this point guard position?
Oh boy. So obviously the Lakers shellacked the Thunder the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone for the Lakers is either out or on the injury report already.
Yeah.
Including Luka. So in a scenario where Luka is by himself, no LeBron or Reeves, or one of them are out, I would be heavily invested in the others, right? Because if one of them's out, there's not,
the usage rate just goes through.
Just so that's my click scenario for Luka. SGA coming off, good game, only played 30 minutes because of the blowout. 2 pretty tough losses in a row to the 2 teams trailing them. It also there's a lot to probably go into that. What do they care at this point? There's nothing to play for at this. There's a lot of factors, but
yeah,
if they want to get back, then SGA is fine. If this is a get back spot, it's fine.
I don't even know why he's going to play. They're up 12.
I don't either. Yeah, there's no point. Even these 2 losses where people are oh my God, the world's on fire. It's guys,
they don't care.
They were on pace for 70 wins. They can lose a couple games.
Yeah.
Trey, this game is important for the Hawks. I actually retweeted it today. There are scenarios. I tweeted out all the playoff scenarios. Somebody had it's a good tweet. But the Hawks and the Magic, basically jockeying for play-in rights, and they can both be the 7 seed. The Heat are the only of the play-in teams that can't. So I assume we'll probably get close to 40 minutes out of Trey. I know it's a terrible spot, but he's obviously been awesome lately. So definitely down with Trey. I am very uncertain about Josh Giddey's status. They play a back-to-back, and they basically already ruled out the whole team. Kobe White's out, Trey Jones out, Kevin Huerter out, Lonzo Ball out, Vooch and Giddey questionable. So for Vooch and Giddey to play in this game would be interesting. But if Giddey is by himself, I know it's probably not going to be competitive. But I'd probably consider it if he's going to play all the minutes by himself.
Doesn't it make you wonder why Cleveland's playing this game?
Donovan Mitchell's out, so they're
Yeah.
kind of playing this game.
Sure.
They also, Boston still has a chance.
They're 4 games back.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, if Boston wins out and Cleveland wins out, then there's still the opportunity for Boston.
Sure.
So get a win, get it over with, right?
Sure.
Like,
right, because that clinches it, right?
So no Mitchell. They'll put Garland in our lives. But Halliburton, dude, had a great lineup on Sunday that also included Tyrese Halliburton. 8 shots in a game that they scored 125 points in Denver without Pascal Siakam. It's just like, I know it's an 18.5 point spread, but I'd be willing to go back if there's Siakam again. Like,
sure.
Guy has a great ceiling, but please just don't take 8 shots. Like, please, I beg of you.
Worst time for like his fewest shot game since the All-Star break, basically, to turn up.
Dude, I mean, and the peripheral stats were great again. Just take 15 shots.
Yeah. Or like hit a couple more threes.
Or
you know?
No, we can't do 8 shots. No scenario. I refuse to stop it and just hit a couple more threes.
Well, that's fine. You would have felt better about it if he was 4 for 6 from 3 though in 8 shots. So.
Sure, but 8 shots is criminal.
I agree.
No Siakam in a game they scored 125 points. Criminal. Throw him in jail. Brunson, 34 minutes out of the gate. Month back from a worst ankle sprain you can suffer. Don't care.
Well, they got to ramp him up too. So
they do have to ramp him up. Probably not going to go there in this spot, but it is hilarious to see the minutes.
Only a 2.5 point spread in that game. I understand that's more so because of Boston, but still
does basically solidify Boston not playing guys.
Right.
In that, because the Knicks have been blown out against that team every time
they're 0-4. Yeah, the margin of victory for Boston's like 17 points or something.
Yeah, they've been housed. So does lead you to it does lead you to believe Boston sits some guys. I do like Ja. Obviously don't like the late scratch with the illness the other day. I mean, this guy just can't stay out of his own way. But the offense has definitely been geared more towards him. Feel the same way about Reeves. If like Luka LeBron are out and Reeves is the guy in, definitely would play Austin Reeves. He's been awesome. That's all I got for like 8K.
Right. Mid-range, you mentioned already, Garland, $7,800. If it's him by himself, would have some interest there against Chicago. Yep. A lot of questionable guys in this range. A lot of guys already ruled out. Fast PP, if it's just him, 43 fantasy points against Washington, as we saw. They could just as easily run the series out with Peyton Pritchard for the rest of the week.
They could just let Peyton Pritchard just have a fun time, right? Just like let him rock out there for a week.
These next 3 games are all you. Go get them.
Hey, do you know every time you've played in the summer league or in blowout scenarios, like this is your time to shine. Peyton.
Isaiah Thomas's, off-season summer camp league.
Whatever. Yeah. I mean, if guys are out, Peyton Pritchard looks really good. Garland, honestly, like Garland and Pritchard, those are like the 2 guys in like 6K territory I'd play.
We still going Bub here, guys. It's not coming off the floor.
The minutes. It's just the minutes. He's just playing all the minutes. They've already ruled out Middleton, Brogdon, Sadiq. We know Kispert Coulibaly. They have Jordan Poole back, but they haven't played Jordan Poole a lot lately. They do have Keyshawn George back. He's coming back from like a 2-week absence and doesn't really impact the guard room. So Bub should still.
And they're not moving the price tag at all.
Not moving the price. And no matter what, he's just played 40 minutes. Like in any scenario, he's going to play 40 minutes. They lost by 34.
When he hits his threes, the game before that, he went for 56 against Orlando. So
and like even in a game where they score 90 points and lose by 34, the sheer minutes get him there. Almost 30 fantasy points, going 6 for 16. He was on the floor for 41 minutes. He's just stumbles into enough fantasy points to get us there.
Excuse me. Value range: KJ Simpson, Cole Anthony, Rollins, Nembhard. What do we think here?
Yeah, Simpson was great. The shot has fallen the last 2 games. When the shot falls, there's usually some type of ceiling. So I don't mind KJ Simpson. Ryan Rollins is a little interesting. The last game is kind of an anomaly because there was no Giannis. And I mean, he just obviously that was off the bench. He played 20 minutes and almost triple doubled with 4 steals. Seems unlikely again, right? But it's okay. I guess it depends on who starts. 2 games in a row, Kevin Porter has balled the heck out and they've won. Do they continue to run Kevin Porter out there over Rollins? I don't know. Kevin Porter has been really good. So if they play Porter, you play Porter. If they play Rollins, you play Rollins. It's just kind of the way it goes. Elfrid Payton started the other day. He played 28 minutes. He took 3 shots. He had 10 assists. If there's no Jose Alvarado, then Elfrid Payton is fine. The Nets are going to roll out another whatever lineup, and Reese Beekman is going to be a part of the whatever team. Reese Beekman played 31 minutes last game, started at point guard. He played 36 minutes. He had 31 fantasy points. So Reese Beekman is going to be a pretty popular target.
I texted you. I was like, so something called Reese Beekman went for 30-something fantasy points today.
Yeah, he's been like playing throughout the year. Yeah. He actually was on the Warriors earlier in the year, and then ended up on the Nets, and he's been playing. But I assume he's going to get a hefty amount of minutes, and then depending on what happens with the Bulls, it could finally be Talon Horton-Tucker time. We do have a lot of guys out for what it's worth. If Josh Giddey sits,
time that randomly happened, he went for 40 fantasy points. So
yeah, I mean, basically everyone's out, except Giddey.
Yeah,
I assume THT is the guy here, but also who the heck knows?
Yeah. All right, shooting guard position then here. Edwards, $9,400. Again, a lot of guys we've kind of touched on already out or questionable. Desmond Bane, big spread game there. Dyson Daniels is $8K. Thoughts on that group?
I love Ant because it's a very meaningful basketball game, and we're going to get as many minutes as humanly possible out of Ant. I mean, again, in this scenario, John, the Minnesota Timberwolves can finish high as 3, and also they can finish 8th, right?
Yeah.
So they're simply going to be like, Ant, go play 45 minutes if you have to play 45 minutes. So those are the teams that I'm going to have a lot of interest in, especially spending up on stars.
Well, that's what we've talked about, right?
Yeah.
You got to find teams that have either nothing to play for because they've ruled everybody out, or everything to play for and everybody's playing max minutes. You can't get the in-betweeners, right? Because Garland could still go play 25 minutes tomorrow, even with guys out of the lineup.
Yeah, because they can win. They can win with Garland playing 25 if they need it.
Probably will.
Probably will. I think Ant is a very, very, very good spend up.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. Again, a lot of these guys we've kind of touched on already. Daniels is going to play a lot of minutes. You mentioned Atlanta, obviously in a spot where it's crucial to them.
Yep.
Knicks, again, if Boston's sitting everybody out, I don't think the Knicks have much to play for here either. Right now, they're 3 ahead of Indiana.
Yeah, but they can fall to 4.
Yeah,
and we know pencil the win in for Indiana, right? Indiana, that is in the bag. Indiana win. So I don't hate the Bridges price, dude. It's a good price. If Brunson were to sit, I mean, last game was with Brunson, 37 fantasy points.
Yep, agreed. Bruce Brown, 5,100.
Yeah, he's been good. If there's no Jose Alvarado, we get a lot of ball handling responsibility too.
I agree. Got AJ Johnson's 5K, Matherin's 49. Think he plays any minutes in this game or no?
I never think he plays minutes, unless someone's out and
Johnson
not
got Keyshawn back.
Yeah, Keyshawn and Jordan Poole too.
Okay. Where else are you looking to go then?
They straight DMP'd Tyrese Martin the other day in a game that they rolled all the starters out in. So that just goes to show you Tyrese Martin dead. Jalen Wilson also straight DMP dead. Hasn't played all month. so we can't play any of those dudes. I mean, just wait till you get. I mean, some of these names for Brooklyn. Wait till we get there.
We got a Baylor Shireman, maybe.
We actually didn't even mention. I meant to mention Tyson Etienne at point guard, 3,800. I mean, these fake names, but Tyson Etienne, 3,800. He played 32 minutes last game. I just had
Travis.
Maybe. I mean, I think Travis Etienne's brother is in the NFL, though.
That's fair.
Or he was in college.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a third. Maybe there is another Etienne. I mean, not like the most common.
We found out there's another Bagley, so like
True started on the Monday slate. Shout out to Marvin Bagley's family.
Confirmed, not related.
Confirmed, not related. Okay.
Not related.
Okay. That would be like a Trace Thompson situation where now families are like multi-sporting and it's just not fair. Nevertheless, so ETN not related to the football ETNs. No. You could play him because again, Brooklyn just has absolutely nobody to play. Dariq Whitehead, John, I think is a very interesting Brooklyn net play. 28 minutes last game, 12 shots. He's 3,600. He's now taken 25 shots in his last 2 games. When you're talking about like these, like this type of player that like doesn't see a basketball court like when it's normal basketball, I am interested because they're out there chucking. Like Dariq Whitehead is out there chucking 25 shots in his last 2 games. Sign me up against the Pelicans.
Dariq Whitehead, first round pick out of Duke, so there's some talent there.
Is some talent. So I like Dariq Whitehead. A little higher up, Antonio Reeves. You know him, an Antonio Reeves truther. Won me a tournament already this year. I've said that 47 times, but he shoots a lot of threes. Also a guy who just shoots a lot. He started the other day, played 37 minutes and scored 23 points. He's a bucket. He's a bucket getter. New Orleans, I believe, could get Kelly O and Alvarado back, but like, why?
Yeah.
Why? What purpose do those 2 players serve to your team?
If everybody's out for the Lakers, we go Dalton Connect or no?
Probably. I think Dalton Connect's in the we need literally everybody out territory.
Okay.
Unless
he got that during like one of these games down here. This one.
Yeah.
Everybody was out for the Lakers and like Connect and Reeves.
That was the Reeves game, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But it was also the Connect game. He scored 32.
Connect and Reeves. Right. I should. Yeah. No Slate on the. I'd be good. I'd be good with that for sure.
All right. Anything else here?
Hold on. We legit have to just like
scan
canvas. We do have to canvas.
Vic Krejci, Sam Merrill if everybody's out for Cleveland.
Yes. Lester Quininos played 25 minutes the other day. If Alvarado and Kelly Olynyk are out, he's $3,100. He's a shooter.
All right. Small forward then. LeBron and Tatum, your top 2 price guys. Don't know if they're going to play or not. And Wagner, still $8,800. Still hasn't paid off this price tag.
He got 2 5x last game. He got 2 exactly 5x last game.
Yeah, I guess it would be a good spot for him to do it. Right? Atlanta can up pace tempo. Everything's aiming directly for him.
Yep.
Right.
Aiming directly for him. Yep.
In the right direction for him. It's the right spot for it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I describe the situation for Wagner here.
Honestly, I mean, it's fine, right? It's fine. It's fine.
Jalen Williams, 84. Josh Hart, 73. OG, 69.
Dude, I saw a highlight reel of OG the other night. Insane. Guy is on a different level. There was a dribble package video of OG Anunoby in the Phoenix game. When have you ever seen a dribble package video for OG Anunoby?
I didn't know he knew how to dribble.
He was cooking people in this game. If there's no Jalen Brunson, 6,900, too cheap.
Yeah. What if he plays? Still
Probably
okay?
still to play him. Yeah, probably still
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Kuzma 68, Aaron Wiggins 57,
No.
Penny's 52.
Probably no on all, maybe Champagny, but I also think Champagny might also DMP with Keyshawn George back.
Okay.
50-50 on whether he plays or not. I don't know.
I don't know where the national championship game is tonight, but apparently Al Horford is there. So can we just, is Al Horford already ruled out for this game? He is. Well, that's why. Al Horford
The Florida game. He's not. Yeah,
Florida's there. Al Horford's there. So not gonna.
That's hilarious.
just not there. Just not even with the team.
That's funny.
All right. Anything else then? Or we kind of
Horford is not there. He's just at the national championship game.
Just at the national championship game.
Does not care.
No, not took one of his days off. Took a PTO day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Basically,
literally taking a PTO.
Can we get like consistent Ricochet minutes?
No, we can't. No, we can't. No, we can't.
Can't do it.
Unfortunately, they're still like playing for things, so they're just not doing it.
Okay. Anything else value wise down
here? Oh yeah.
Hauser, Hunter. Yeah. Hunter, right? No Mitchell, Hunter. We talk about this a lot.
Yes. They could honestly just move Strus up. We'll see. They could start Sam Merrill. There's a lot of different things. I'd prefer if he starts. Okay. And it's usually Mobley. His thing is Mobley or Jared Allen when one of the bigs are out, because then they go to that small ball, like their lineup that would match the Celtics in a series, right? Because that's what Hunter's acquisition is for, to literally just match Boston.
Sure.
Maxwell Lewis, $3,500. He's going to play a boatload of minutes for Brooklyn. He's been starting, he started 2 games ago, went back to the bench, but they also are down Keon Johnson in this game, so there's a chance he starts again. I'd assume some of this Bulls stuff matters to Terry or Phillips. Yeah, or Phillips. I don't know who, but like they are also just shorthanded. So, in theory, they could just start Patrick Williams and Bazulis next to one another.
Sure.
And or they go double big like Jalen Smith and Zach Collins or something crazy because Vooch is possibly sitting. But if like Dalen Terry or Julian Phillips were to start, I think it's fine-ish. Obviously, I'm not excited about it, but it's.
You don't sound.
It's not exactly theirs aren't the best players in the world, so I think all this is pretty much not fun to play.
Power forward then. Again, Giannis, LeBron, and Tatum. If any of them play, I'm sure we'd have interest.
Yes. I don't know if any of them do, but I agree.
I'm just saying, if anyone would, I'm sure we would.
Most likely LeBron. I would say most likely LeBron.
Not LeBron, but Paolo Banchero coming off 70 fantasy points against Washington. 33, 18, and 8 in that game. So
I feel like we're going to get to a point where he does that like over the course of a month. Maybe not the 18 rebounds, but it's just like 38 and 8.
I mean, we've been close, right? Like back-to-back 66, 62 games here.
He's been incredible.
He obviously had this game and got hurt. I agree. We're getting there, right? This was the year of like number 1 picks breaking out. Banchero, Cade Cunningham, guys that like we were on the edge of like really seeing what they could do, but dealt with injuries and things, and now they're both playoff teams leading their bad teams in the playoffs. I mean, like,
yeah, I would even say like it's unfortunate that he's peaking at this time, and like they lost, like him and Wagner both get back, and then they lose Suggs because they were a super fun team last year.
Agreed. We'll see what they do at the 5 if they actually add a.
Yeah, they need to find someone who can shoot the gosh dang ball, dude. They have nobody that can shoot. KCP's having like his worst career year shooting.
Remember, they almost were rumored to get Klay Thompson.
Yes, they were. They need to find shooting, stretch big, not KCP, even though they paid him a bunch of money. They need
to find next year's Michael Beasley.
Maybe find Michael Beasley.
Yeah, is Beasley on a 1 year with Detroit? Who knows?
Maybe just find the Michael Beasley.
Go sign Malik Monk away from Sacramento.
Also, we just called him Michael Beasley 3 consecutive times. Malik
Beasley. Well, again, Michael Beasley going to do a 1-on-1 against Brandon Jennings. So.
Yes, you were so excited for that. you are more excited than anyone for it.
Yeah, because then I won't say his name wrong.
No, we still will. I guarantee it.
Probably true. All right. So Banchero, great. Mobley, great.
Yep.
Against Chicago here.
No Donnie.
What's Bridges up to? Not playing. Not going to work there much longer.
No.
Triple J, Chet, 78. They don't need to play these guys, but they're there. You've been a Randall fan? Had a good run? It's kind of gone back downhill a little bit.
Yep, it's very up and down. Because it's also the Rudy Gobert show. I mean, Rudy Gobert has been kudos to Rudy Gobert for whatever is happening, but he has been unbelievable. We'll get there.
On the floor. Stay on the floor.
No, he's scoring. It's the scoring. He has been. We'll get to it. It's unbelievable.
Okay. Anything else?
Buzelis is obviously. I mean, no everybody. Possibly no Giddey. Possibly no Vooch. It might
just having no White opens up 20 shots, right?
Yeah. So just having no White, no Herter. Possibly. I mean, it's just a great spot. Aldama's minutes are trending down because they're using Zach Edey a lot.
Does Keyshawn play a whole bunch of minutes, even though he's been out?
Probably, but TBD there. Obi Toppin started for Siakam the other day. They didn't close with Obi Toppin, but he was still great because he's great at fantasy basketball.
You get him extended, and we see production. So
yes, 18 shots, 22 points. That's all I've ever asked for from Obi Toppin. That's all I've ever wanted from Obi Toppin.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got that from Obi. Anything else down here then? Carlo 47, Hauser's down here, Salon.
They probably start or extend Tosan Evwoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evwoma at 3,900 I think is interesting. Again, they just don't care. They don't care. They were being too competitive for too long. Patrick Williams, definitely live to start here. Again, super low floor, never developed. The Bulls gave him the worst contract ever. And
he had a really good run earlier the year, and then he got hurt, and then he hasn't really recovered from that.
He's never figured it out. So you can go there because he probably gets extended, but also know what the floor could possibly be.
Yeah, that's fair. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Center. Towns 9,800 against Boston. We already know that there's no Horford. Maybe there'll be no Porzingis. It'd be a pretty good spot for him against Cornette or Chuma. Not Chuma.
Neemias Queta.
Yeah, Queta. Chuma Okeke, Neemias Queta. Jesus.
Chuma Okeke is signed.
Yeah, he signed on the Cavs, right?
With a playoff team in the Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why I got my name there. So again, Towns, Okongwu, 8,400. Is Mark Williams against Memphis here? Not minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you wanted to go to Gobert though, 6,600 against Milwaukee. Stop missing shots,
bro. What is this?
Just ribs? I mean, these are a lot of rebounds.
What are we looking at, dude? Rudy Gobert is absolutely taking dumps on his opponents these days. And his price is going down, 6,600. I understand Milwaukee's not the easiest spot, but he had 39 fantasy points against Jokic.
They go too big. They'll have to be on the floor.
Bro, he plays all the minutes. He's getting all the rebounds. But the scoring has been the evolution of Rudy Gobert. Is it consistent? Can it continue? versus a 7-game sample versus like a 10-year sample. I usually take the 10-year sample versus the 7-game sample.
I'm gonna go see
if,
what his offensive rebound chance totals are here the last like 5 games. Let's see. Offensive rebounds for the Timberwolves. Get the stats. Let's see. How's his rebounds looking here? Rebound chances per game is at 19.4 just for the season. That's a lot of rebounds per game opportunities.
If you do like last 5, he's like at 30.
Dude, last 5 games, he's averaging 28.8 rebound chances per game.
It's just
that is absurd.
That's just and he has a 25 actual rebound game in there. 3 of the last 5, he's gone for 18 plus.
I just updated offensive rebounds. Hold on. Offensive rebound chances per game, the last 5 games. Minnesota. Dude. 12.2 offensive rebound chances per game. He's averaging 6.6 offensive rebounds per game. Not even 6.6, actually grabbing 6.6 offensive rebounds per game over the last 5 games.
It's sick in the head.
And those are all, at the rim. So he's just putting them back up.
It's sick in the head. It's sick. I mean, that just does not compute.
Those are insane rebounding numbers for him. Alexander Sarr, 30 minutes plus. We're getting the minutes.
We are getting the minutes. They also were kind of forced to play him the other day because they had no bigs. They had both Vukovic and Rashawn Holmes out. I don't know I think Vukovic is questionable and Rashawn Holmes is questionable and Anthony Gill's questionable. Okay, they might just have to play him because everybody's listed questionable on this team. So
wouldn't it be the worst?
Wouldn't be the worst, but his fantasy production is obviously tailed off.
Anything else in this mid range?
Bobby Portis is back.
I saw that. Yeah. Suspension over.
I love Miles Turner. If there's no Siakam, that would probably be a direction I would.
I mean, centers versus Washington, right? All year been a thing for us here.
Yeah.
You just worry about the 18.5 point spread, I would assume.
18.5 point spread is scary. Zach Edey is someone that I've played actually in a couple of slates in a row. Zach Edey had 21 rebounds last game. They go to this new coaching style, more pick and roll. Guess what? They put the biggest man on the floor involved in those pick and rolls, and the biggest man on the floor has been really good. So if that's going to be what they're going to do and they're going to play this guy minutes, then he is probably too cheap at 5,400.
Yep, we talk about this a lot too, right? New coaches pay attention to new rotations and players and who's whatever, and all of a sudden now Edey is just on the floor.
Yep.
And they honestly need him if you're going to play in the West, right? You need a bigger body out there to deal with the bigs of the Western Playoff Conference. So
and if you're gonna do this direction where you want to do pick and roll, well, get the guy who sets the most.
Get the big body there,
get the guy who's gonna crush opponents when he sets screens.
You got Messi at 53. Obviously, if Porzingis and we already know Horford is out, so Kornet's gonna get minutes. Could get all the minutes. Played 26 against Washington and a double-double. So
let me ask you this question, right?
Yeah.
If Boston and Chicago both rule out their centers, what's your preferred option? Is it Kornet, Queta, or is it possibly Jalen Smith, Zach Collins, both near mid salary?
Probably the Chicago duo. The problem is, I don't know what the minute split probably ends up being. I know at least Kornet would play probably 30 plus minutes. I don't think we know what the Collins Jalen Smith split would be.
No, I don't think there's any way that we'd have any idea.
I'd feel more comfortable knowing what Cornette will do because we've seen that all year. But it is a good call out. Whoever starts probably gets the ownership there.
Yeah,
That game starts at 7, so we'll know.
Do you think that there is a chance they would double big against Cleveland and then you just absolutely hammer both of them?
You pointed out that we did get a Jalen Smith like Vuk lineup earlier this year
against Cleveland, or it was either Cleveland or Milwaukee, and it was the only time we've seen it, and I don't think we've ever seen it again. Like if I looked at what their overlapping minutes have been, it's probably like
you got to add more funds, put them both on the floor at the same time, and see like how many times
6. How many minutes do you think Vooch and Jalen Smith have shared this year?
Under 10. Under 10.
You're saying you're taking the under 10?
Under 10 minutes.
Vooch and Jalen Smith. Let's see. You would be incorrect.
12.
13.
Damn it.
You want to know what their offensive rating is?
200?
68.
Oh,
in those 13 minutes, they had a 16 or 68 offensive rating.
Your defensive rating negatives?
120.
Yeah, exactly.
They would be the Washington Wizards.
Yeah. Anyways, so it'd be interesting to see how that ended up playing out. All right, let's get going here. We obviously, with those insane numbers, we have to play Rudy Gobert.
Dude, he's been great. Salute to Rudy Gobert for whatever he's doing.
I'm playing Bub.
Okay.
Those minutes are insane. You like Edwards because he's got to play in this game, and I'm good with that.
Okay. So here's where we can just make our lives easier. Okay. We play Brooklyn, whatever they're doing.
So you want to play Beekman?
I think Dariq Whitehead would probably make the most sense because he's gonna shoot a bunch.
Okay.
Obviously, we're just so uncertain on what Brooklyn does, right? It's just like impossible to know. But I do think that Dariq Whitehead or Beekman are like your two. Evwoma's probably good there too.
Okay.
Reeves. Yeah, Reeves should start. Obviously, he looks worse if Kelly Olynyk and Alvarado play, but we could pivot. It's fine. Evwoma's there. Yeah, Vazelis is fine.
And then maybe go like a Banchero.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to play Paolo.
And then a $5,200 util. Could be Cornette. Could be Rollins as well. Number.
Yeah, the answer for me probably there is probably Rollins / KPJ. I don't know who starts, but you just play the starter.
I'm good with it. Carrington, Edwards, Reeves, Vazulis, Gobert, Whitehead, Banchero, Rollins. 2 spend-ups in this lineup with Banchero and Edwards in their matchups. Again, guys, obviously a lot of injury news still to come. Get in that Discord. Follow us over on Twitter. Comment in the comment section of the show. We'll help you guys with your lineups, answer your questions in there as well. Again, no live show for the NBA, transitioning to the MLB DFS live show. So if you have NBA DFS questions, you got to get it in our Discord. You can do so for free by scanning that QR code on the screen, or just throw some questions in the comment section, and Grandi and I will be there to help you guys out. Good luck with your lineups. We'll be back with the preview show for the Wednesday slate. We'll talk to you then.